And real quick, I don't profess to know any Jimi Hendrix. I like Jimi Hendrix. I never attempted to even learn a Jimi Hendrix song or any Jimi Hendrix licks. Whether that's a downfall for me or a good thing, I just don't know any Jimi Hendrix. So anything I'm playing, I'm just faking it. So I don't know any chords. Oh, Tony, you're playing it wrong. It doesn't go that way. Bitch, don't come for me, bitch. Don't come for me, bitch. I might give me lessons on Jimi Hendrix, but I know what I like and I know what I hear. So here's this is what I hear. Tweak it. You heard before, here's the after. Right now I have my guitar volume at 2. I'm going to crank it up to get more of that live Hendrix tone of 1969. Alright, so here's the last parameter of the phaser. Now here's the difference. Everybody, welcome back. I'm Tony Fuentes. Today's featured guitar tone is Jimi Hendrix Live 19. Alright, I'm going to play with a clean tone. I'm going to overwrite that clean tone, go over my notes to dial it in, and let's begin. I'm going to choose a Fender, for my amp, I'm going to choose a Fender Tweed Amp. You're all telling me he doesn't use a Fender Tweed Amp, bitch. Don't tell me what amp. I'm using an amp that I like. I've tried several amps. You may have a gazillion amps. Play with your amps, okay? Maybe you want to go with the Marshalls, okay? That's totally fine. I'm going to go with a Fender Tweed Amp, alright? And real quick, you may see me occasionally, right now my guitar volume is at 10. You may see me occasionally drop down the volume to a number 2. I'll tell you when I do that, because this tone comes to life when you clean it up. It's going to be really gritty and awesome, but when you clean it up, it sounds even better, alright? So let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to choose a Fender Tweed Amp. My gain is going to be at 50, and my effect level is going to be at 84. Right, there we go. Now I hear a lot of bass in a lot of Jimi Hendrix's music. A lot of bass. Maybe he has the bass turned up loud on his amps, I don't know. Or maybe the bass player, at that time, the bass was very, very heavy in the 60s and 70s. That's why rock and roll was so awesome. You just heard the overpowering bass, it just sounded awesome. So I hear a lot of bass, so this tone is going to have a lot of bass. So just so you know, it's just what I hear. Alright, so Fender Tweed Amp, gain at 50, and my effect level is at 84. Alright, my bass, I'm going to put it at 100. Who did that? AJ Van Halen did that, didn't he? My middle, I'm going to put this at 100. Who else did that? Let's see. My treble, I'm going to put it at 60. And then my presence, I'm going to put it at 23. Let's go ahead and drop the volume to 2. That's all I know. I'm not playing it right, but I don't care. I just want to hear. That's it. Thank you so much for... Bitch, let's continue. Alright. If you don't have this on your settings or parameters, don't worry about it. Bitch, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your tone. It just happens to be on my menu. I think that's Jordan Lynch. That's Jordan Lynch. I have to contact Jordan Lynch later. I think he wants me to come over for some pizza. Alright, bright, I have it at off. And my T comp, I have it at 0. Alright, just so you know. Again, at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you a snapshot. But on the other tone, no snapshots. So you gotta watch my video for the tweak. Alright, so we're not using any compressor pedal, no compression effect, so turn it off, or don't even use it, alright? Let's go into my compressor, I'm gonna turn it off, okay? So right now, no more compression. Good, right? Alright, now one of the secret ingredients for this tone is I'm in my Overdrive and Distortions settings. So I'm into the Overdrive and Distortions. I'm not going to be using any Overdrive and Distortions. I'm going to be using a fuzz pedal. In this case, I'll be using a 60s fuzz effect. So we have a 60s fuzz effect. Go ahead and choose it, alright? So whatever fuzz you have, we're going to do that. Alright. So, I have my drive at 0. What? Why do you have fuzz and you have no drive? Bitch, listen. Right, so my fuzz is at 0. The drive. The bottom is at 0. The tone on the 60s fuzz is at 0. No, Tony, what kind of fuzz is this? But my effect level is at 100. Like, what? Alright, so again, George, that's George Lynch. I'm sorry. I can't take it. George, you have to wait. I'm filming a video. Bitch. Alright, so we're in the 60s fuzz, right? Alright, drive I have it at 0. Bottom I have it at 0. Tone I have it at 0. But the drive, the effect level on the fuzz, I have it at 100. This is before and after. I'm going to go ahead and put the guitar volume at 3, and we're going to play with it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and turn on the 60s fuzz effect. Remember, my guitar volume is at 3, right? We're going to turn it up in just a second. Look at that. I haven't even moved the volume knob. Look how loud it is, and distorted, and gritty, and 60-ish. Now the guitar volume all the way up. Alright, so we're done with the 60s fuzz. Alright. Noise gate, I have my noise gate right at 50. So at 12 o'clock, I have my noise gate, my threshold at 50. So go ahead and put your noise gate there. I do not have any EQ on this, so let's go ahead and go into my EQ and turn it off. Now, what makes my tone unique is whether George, I keep saying George, whether Jimi Hendrix had delay or reverb back then, I don't know. He played loud, and remember the Beatles were playing live back then, and you can barely hear their amps. So I don't know what Jimi Hendrix was using per se live, but you figure he had a little bit of delay, maybe, and some reverb or some echo, whatever he had back then. And if you didn't, I'm going to put it in there so that it sounds like you're playing live. That's the purpose of this live tone. So we're going to be adding some delay and the reverb to make this tone feel like you're in 1969. Alright? So next is modulation. So I am going to be using some delay with this. And, I'm sorry. We're going to go into the phaser. I'm going to add a phaser. We'll get into the delay next. But right now we're going to get into the phaser. So I'm in the modulations where you have your chorus, flange, your phaser. We're going to be choosing a phaser. So go to your phaser. I currently have it off. Alright, so we're in the phaser. I have 4 stage. I got 8 stage and 12 stage. I'm going to be going with the 4-stage phaser. Rate, I'm going to go, for this tone, I'm going to put the rate at 60. Now remember, we're going to be tweaking this at the end of the video. So this is one tone right now. The rate on the phaser, I have it at 60. The depth, I have it at 26. And the resonance, I have it at 34. Let's do before and after. Alright? So again, the 4-stage phaser, rate at 60. Depth at 26 and the resonance at 34. Here's before and after with the guitar volume at 3. Alright, let's turn the phaser on with the guitar volume at 3, then we're going to boost it up. I just turned the guitar volume up, remember? Now, it's kind of dry, right? But it has a nice color with the phaser. And it cleans up really nice when you drop the volume. Alright, but now we want to make it ambient, live, and awesome, alright? 2 more parameters and we're done. Period. Period. Don't say nothing to me. Alright, then we're done with the phaser for now. Remember, we're going to be coming back. Let's go into the delay. I have delay, whether he used delay or not, I'm adding delay because it's a live tone, alright? The delay milliseconds, I have it at 440. You're all telling you didn't use delay. Bitch, when you hear my tone, he used delay, okay? So 440. This is an awesome tone. Not many people have a good Jimi Hendrix tone. This is a very good Jimi Hendrix tone. Right. So my delay is at 440. My feedback will be at 12. My high cut, I have it at flat. And then my effect level for the delay, I have it at 80. My 80 happens to be at 2 p.m. in the clock. So if you look at the clock, my 80 is at 2 p.m. Right? Before and after, I'm on volume 3. Let's go ahead and turn on the Jimi Hendrix Live 1969 delay. That's where my guitar volume's at 2 or 3. Let's play it live. Sounds good, huh? Look, look. But we're not done yet. Let's add the reverb to balance out this tone, and we're done. And then we're going to give you tone number 2. Alright, so there is the delay. Now the last parameter for this 1969 tone will be the reverb. I'm using room. You may have a gazillion reverb types. So if that's the case, let me get rid of this really fast. If that's the case, perfect. I'm going to be using room for my delay. I'm sorry, for my reverb. My reverb time, I have it at 2.5. And just a second, we're going to have fun with this Jimi Hendrix tone. My high cut, I also have it at 2.5. Well, Tony, where you been? Bitch, I was at the End Machine. I was at West Hollywood. That's right, man. I was walking the streets of West Hollywood making my coin. I gotta pay my rent. I was walking the streets. I gotta pay my rent. So I'm walking the streets of West Hollywood. I gotta pay my rent. Alright, high cut, 2.5. And then my effect level for the reverb is at 70. Right. Now, once we're done with this reverb, you're going to see how this sounds really, really good for a live tone. Lock it in. When I tell you to lock it in, bitch, you lock it in. Let me give you tone number 2. Alright. Alright, so real quick. My reverb is at room, reverb time 2.5, high cut 2.0. I'm sorry, 2.5. Is that right? Yeah. And then the effect level at 70. Alright, here is without the reverb at volume 3. Not bad, right? The delay makes it ambient. Look. Picture sound stage live. Alright, now we're going to turn on the reverb, and now you sound like you're at an arena, a stadium, a crowd. Here we go. entire tone at volume 2 or 3. Let's turn it up, and we're playing live. That is the live 1969 Jimi Hendrix guitar tone. But Tony, there should be more wah. I don't hear enough wah, bitch. Now I'm going to be adding, quote, the wah simulation effect. Remember, I don't have a wah pedal or the foot switch to activate the wah effect on the eBAND. It does have a wah setting. I just don't have it, the pedal. Like I'm doing this to show you. I don't have the foot switch. Bitch, I don't need a foot switch. I'm going to tinker with the wah, alright? Here is setting number 2. So lock this in as Jimi Hendrix Live 69. You want to call this next setting Part 2, Hendrix Live 1968, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and call it, but we're going to play with the phaser now. So keep everything intact. Let's go back into the phaser. Remember, keep everything intact. We just locked it in, right? Let's go into the phaser. And this is what it sounds like right now, right? Not bad, right? Alright, we're going to tinker with it. Alright, leaving the phaser as is, let's go into the rate. Right? The rate, I have it at 60, right? Let's drop that rate to 41. Remember, I'm not going to give you the snapshot on this bitch. No, that's why you have to watch this video. Alright, so the rate, we're going to drop it from 60 to 41. The depth, I have that already at 26. We're going to go from 26 to 47 on the depth. Alright, so, and then the resonance, I have it currently at 34. We're going to go from 34 to 68. You're all, Tony, what are you doing? Bitch. Listen, alright? Now, real fast before I hit play. Alright, so real quick. The first Hendrix tone is already locked in. Here's tone number 2. What a difference a phaser can make into sounding like a wah. If you don't have a wah pedal, that's totally good. You don't need a wah pedal after you hear this, bitch. Alright, so real fast, my phaser was at 60 on the rate. I dropped it to 41. My depth was at 26. I increased it to 47. And my resonance was at 34. I increased that to 68. Alright, now here it is. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And again, play before and after. What I did was I turned the phaser off. So you're hearing everything but the phaser. The reverb's on and the delay's on. See how good that is? Check, remember, I turned the phaser off. This is what it sounds like at volume 3. Now let's turn on the new phaser, tone number 2, Hendrix Live 69, tone number 2. Let's turn it on. Here's what it sounds like now. more fun, change the 4 stage to an 8 stage. Change the 8 stage to a 12 stage. That's it. I'm Tony Fuentes. I hope you liked this video. I hope you like this tone. If you don't, that's totally cool. That's totally cool. Tweak it. It's yours. It's free. I don't charge for my tone, bitch. But this is a fun tone. You can play with it. You can hear the wah. You can hear the phaser. You can tinker with it. So if you don't have a wah pedal, I don't have a wah pedal per se, but I made it sound wah-ish. Is that a word? But I don't need a wah pedal because I'm Tony Fuentes, and I can come. But that is my live Jimi Hendrix. That is my Jimi Hendrix inspired live 1969 guitar tone from that era, and I came up with it. And I'm really happy with it. Again, if you want to tweak it, and change the amp, change the reverb, change whatever, go ahead, lock it in, tweak with it, see how it sounds with your setup and so forth, and then just play with the gain, play with the fuzz. Maybe you want to take less fuzz off and so on and so forth. That's pretty much how I did it. Alright? If you have any questions, comments, or feedback,